episode, I'm delighted to be joined by Pearce, CEO, Dealer Auction. Etta was the recipient of the highly commended award in the first Inspiring Automotive Awards. Etta has been at Dealer Auction for nearly 3 years, following direct positions with Auto Trader and Cox Automotive, and positions with Mannheim Retail Service and Ford Motor Company. A true automotive inspiring woman. So welcome, Etta.
Hi, Nicola.
Hi. So I'm delighted you've agreed to take part in this episode of our Take 10 webcast. So if you're ready, we'll get on with the questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. So exactly how long have you worked in the automotive sector?
Well, Nicola, that's just a very long time. Giving too much away there.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My career actually started in fashion. So I was a brand manager for Chester Barry, and I had a rather flamboyant client in Ralph Lauren. But I thought, do you know what? Fashion is not glamorous enough. I'm going to move into automotive. So I actually took a role in marketing for Ford Motor Company. If I'm honest, the reason I moved was because I'd done a degree in advertising, marketing and media, and I didn't feel like I was utilising it. So it was the role initially that attracted me to the automotive industry, but ultimately it is the industry that's kept me. So I've had roles in after sales, used cars, retail, digital. It's been an amazing 21 years so far, Nicola, 21 years.
That's amazing. Okay, so what's the favourite part of your current job?
Well, I mean, I love it. I love the job. So, you know, it's always a good place to start, isn't it? But I have to say, I feel like because of the role I'm in, I've got the prerogative to ask why all the time without feeling like it's my first day on the job. So whenever we talk about anything, whether we're analysing anything, I always say, why do we do it that way? Why? Because I think it's the most effective way for the team to challenge themselves. And when they challenge themselves, they then feel empowered to make changes. And then as they evolve their decisions, they drive even more positive change. So yeah, I think that's the favourite bit of my job, being inquisitive and curious and being able to ask everybody why all the time. Makes a massive...
Yeah, I love that. Okay. So what does your average day look like?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm sure most people would answer that with there isn't exactly an average day, but they would definitely be right if they said so. I'll tell you what, let me tell you about what I'm doing today and then for what today is like. So I'm in the office today. So I spent the car journey into work this morning catching up with Bex Clark, who I think was last year's Inspiring Woman winner.
Yes, she was.
We had a good old chat this morning, and I think sometimes the best things come out of conversations like that. So I always try to make time to stay in touch and talk things through. Then there was a strategy session to collaborate on integrated solutions with Cox Automotive, and that's how we mutually work together for the benefit of our customers. Now, obviously, I'm in the Auto Trader office spending time chatting to you. So it's a good thing, championing diversity in the workplace.
Yeah.
As you know, Nicola, I'm really passionate about making a difference, actually, and I'm very proud that my leadership team actually has a 50-50 gender balance. So,
that's great.
Yeah, and I think Maria Whittington was recognised again this year. So, yeah, we're all over it. We love it.
Oh, that's great.
And then my next meeting is spending time with Motor Trader, sharing more about Dealer Auction's digital platform and how we support our customers, because we're up for 2 awards at their forthcoming event. So I've got to do my little sales pitch in a moment. Then I get time to spend with our customers. So one of our key customers is popping in and we're discussing ways in which we can continue to support their aspirations to be more digital. So that will be a great session. And then lastly, this afternoon, we have our Dealer Auction Weekly Business Update. So like many people since the pandemic, we were all forced to work remotely. So catching up, coming together was always a challenge. So we introduced a weekly Teams call where we share our progress, recognise team members that have lived the values, demonstrate the new platform functionality so we can keep everyone up to date, have guest speakers. And then once a month, we mix it up a bit. A couple of weeks ago, we actually had a Macmillan bake-off over Teams, which was a really interesting and fun experience, but we raised a lot of money for charity, so all good. So as you can see, very varied day.
Yeah, it is, and that's what keeps going, isn't it? When it's varied, you know, and you can get into lots of things, definitely. So, can you name a defining career highlight?
Oh, I've had an interesting journey. I've met lots of wonderful people along the way, and that always makes it exciting and interesting. But I think if I'm reflecting, my proudest moment was probably feeling respected and trusted enough by my current employer at the time, which was Auto Trader, and my previous employer, Cox Automotive, to be their mutual choice to lead Dealer Auction, the joint venture they formed back in 2018. So I think when both felt confident enough to put their trust in me to represent their own individual investments, I felt like I must be doing something right. So yeah, I was very, very proud.
Yeah, definitely. So what makes you happy professionally?
Oh, happy people. Happy people. I'm a smiler. I enjoy having fun at work myself. And I think there's nothing more important than when people are happy. You know, if we look at ourselves, we give our best, and we do our best when we're happy, don't we? We really enjoy it. So I think, yeah, spending time focusing on making work enjoyable, and I know I'll get it back tenfold from the team. So yeah, happy people.
Oh, great. So what makes you happy personally?
Probably an extension of that, laughter. You know, I love to have a good laugh. It's brilliant at the time. It makes you, you know, it makes you really, really happy. And of course, you can reflect on it, you know, the week after and go, oh, do you remember when? And it makes you smile. So I think you get good value out of laughter as well. And I love it most when obviously I share it with my family. There's nothing as lovely as watching your son laugh, you know, really laugh, belly laugh. So
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So do you have any future aspirations?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I mean, you know, every day is a school day, isn't it? You're learning all of the time. I think right now, my aspirations are probably more about the business than they are for me personally. We have a very clear vision for the future of Dealer Auction, but I guess my work is important to me, so it's probably fair to say my aspiration is to succeed, build a bigger, better business for our people and our customers.
Okay, great. And what advice would you give to a woman wanting to progress in the automotive sector?
Well, it's great. You know, it's a great industry. I've really enjoyed my 21 years so far, and I hope to continue with that. But I would say, if I'm thinking about it from the aspect of diversity and inclusion, I would say embrace the unbalance. You know, see the positives despite the challenges, and use it to your advantage. You'll naturally stand out, so you can be yourself and be bold and don't hold back. But I think it's an important lesson to also be sure that when you do enter this industry as a woman, you become a passionate advocate for gender balance, you know, in fact, all aspects of diversity and inclusion. It's a great industry with the right intentions. So yeah, come join us, get stuck in and help drive change.
Yeah, okay. And just touching on something there, so why do you think it's important for the automotive sector to have a better diverse gender mix?
I think everything is better when it's balanced. You know, everything in life, when you get a balanced view, is generally better. And I think the automotive industry doesn't have that, as we know yet. We're striving towards it. I think with a better gender balance, we think broader, we make more informed decisions, and I think we care about more of the right things. So it's really important that when we create ideas, come up with new solutions, take the business forward, we're looking at it from all of those aspects. So a balanced mix in leadership, in employees, you know, our customers are women as well, you know, so we've got to think much broader about that. So the automotive industry has evolved in the past 20 years. I mean, I've seen it, I've lived it, I've breathed it, but there is still so much more to do. But yeah, we've got to strive for that balance, because we do better when we're balanced.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, so moving on to our final question, which is a three-parter, and I do ask this question to everybody at the end of the webcast. So here we go. So a book you would recommend and encourage other people to read?
Oh, okay, that's a tough one for me because I'm not a great reader. Not a lot of downtime, but I occasionally will read on holiday if my son isn't splashing me or pushing me in the pool. But when it comes to business, I think I'm more of an observer, a listener, and an inquisitive learner, I would say. I thoroughly buy into people educating themselves, but I think you have to choose an approach that works for you as an individual, because you always have to do you, no matter what. I think the right book at the right time in your career will absolutely help. So if you're facing a particular challenge or a new role, you might want to adapt and do some reading that helps you understand how to perform in that role. Or I think just read someone that inspires you, whatever their story is, because when you're passionate about something, you learn, you buy in more. But I would say, really, most of all, observe the good and bad around you and learn from it every day and help it to craft your way.
Okay. So do you have a favourite film?
Oh, I love a good film. Oh, yeah, I love a good film. So I think if I'm watching with my son, Real Steel, I don't know if you've heard of that one. It's Hugh Jackman and it's about robots kicking butt. Yeah, boxing with robots. But it's a real good feeling kind of movie for the youngsters. But if I'm going to go for pure humour and of course the accent, it has to be Hot Fuzz. Makes me laugh out loud every time.
I like that. And finally, what song always gets you on the dance floor?
Without a doubt, Return of the Mac. Every time, without fail, I hear it come on and I'm there. I do like to bust a move or two. I'm not even sure that's cool or down with the kids anymore, but yeah, I love hitting the dance floor.
Who cares? We're having fun. Oh, that's a great way to end. So thanks ever so much, Etta, for participating in this Take 10 webcast. It's been a real pleasure to interview you.
My pleasure, Nicola. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thank you.